community. My name is Womba Kasoka. I did a previous video on the ENCG, but this time around my video is going to be strictly concentrated on the ISCAE, that is the Supérieure Institute of Commerce and Administration of Enterprises. So what to know about the school is that it is a grande école. So that means the size of students is much fewer than the faculties and even the écoles as well. And then it is found in two villes, that is in Casablanca and Rabat, strictly. The one that was in Rabat was opened, I think, like about 2 years ago, but the Casablanca one has been open for over 30 years. So it is a school with a worldly known reputation, so to say. It's recognized in many parts of the world, considering that it even exists outside Morocco. So this school starts from 3rd year all the way up to 5th year. So that means for you to gain access to go into ISCAE, you have to have already done 2 years of either ENCG, economics, or any other commerce or business related field. And for you to gain access to the school, you would have to go through a concours, that is a written exam for you to get admission into the school. These exams normally take place in September for the foreign students, but the Moroccans generally have theirs in July. I'll talk about what you need for you to apply, and I think just how the evaluations go, because there are 2 types of evaluation. So in terms of specialities, ISCAE only has 3 specialities, and that is finance, marketing, and auditing. So I think it's a little bit more narrowed down compared to the ENCG and probably other private business schools. They only offer these 3 main specialities. In terms of accommodation, ISCAE does offer accommodation, but only in Casablanca. The Casablanca Institute has hostels. It has pretty much everything that you need. It has a restaurant, so that means you get fed with pretty good food. Anyway, it's not bad, but you know, it's all right. It's very nice. Yeah, there's everything you need. There's a library, there's a gym, there's a sports center. There's also you know, like the side restaurant, that where you can get your tacos and all those things. There's pretty much life is just inside. Okay, so now the thing that most of you might want to know is, how do I apply, or rather how do I get into the ISCAE? So the process starts from AMSI. AMSI will first release an announcement to say that those that would like to write the exams, those are the concours, should go and deposit their documents at AMSI. And the documents are a letter to the director of the school, that is ISCAE, and then attestation de réussite Bac+2. So that means you have to get a statement from your school to say that you have completed, or rather you have done 2 years at that specific school. Relevé de notes, you have to take your results for each semester, so that's S1 to S4. Diplôme ou attestation de réussite au baccalauréat. So that is your certificate from home to say that you have finished grade 12 and you're ready to move to the next step. And finally, a photocopy of your passport. So those are basically the documents that AMSI will ask you to give when you're supposed to go and hand in your documents there. And afterwards, the procedure continues. They send all the papers to the school, and the school verifies the papers, looks through them, looks through your results. Your results count so much, so much. I heard, I don't know how true it is, that they say that they consider mostly like 12, like, you know, like moyenne générale for all your semesters should be like 12, but even like 11. I had 11, but I still managed to get in. So it's pretty possible. I don't think, well, I think anybody can get into the school. And then afterwards, the school will send the list to AMSI for the people that they would wish to write their exams. Okay, so the process continues. Once the list is sent to AMSI, it circulates, and if your name is there, you have to find your way to Casablanca because that's where the exams are written from. You find your way to Casablanca and you write the exams. The exams that are written are four. So it's contabilité, and that comprises of everything that you learn from S1 until S4. So it's just the entire 2 years. Yeah, so contabilité, there's math, there's English, and there's economy. Like, it's just an economy subject, more like economie internationale. They just ask questions and try to understand your level of thinking in terms of economics and all these things that are happening around the world. So that's day one for exams. Day two, you have interviews. The interviews are done both in English and in French. So you have two people that will be interviewing you at the same time. One will ask you a question in English, the other one will ask you a question in French. So just to understand or just to know your level of English, because the English is really needed in school, there are subjects that we actually just do in plain English. We have exams in English, we do exposés in English, and yeah, there's like a good percentage of subjects that are in English and the rest are in French. So it's just like divided. And in terms of advantages of the school, I think the fact that some subjects are done in English is one huge advantage because, I mean, we speak English. And also, one super great thing is that you can have an opportunity to be an exchange student. So how this happens is once you reach your fourth year, that is your second year at ISCAE, you have the ability to be an exchange student and you can be sent out of the country, either to South Africa, to China, to the US, to Canada, to France, to anywhere, because they have many alliances with many other schools all around the world. So you can be an international student in the same way that international students do come to our school, and also, you know, they learn from there. They're Chinese people, there are Americans, there are Canadians that come into a school, and you know, we just learn with them. In terms of challenges from ISCAE, one thing I would really say that stands out as a challenge is that the school is very demanding, in as much as there are many curricular activities, like extracurricular activities that you could do, because there's so much to do in the school, and you know, but one thing is that the school is demanding. The work is there, like there's serious work, and teachers are most times on your head because they're really just trying to get the best out of you, and it actually works. So it's a place that you really need to learn how to adjust and to adapt, because you can easily get frustrated there, but at the same time it's a really nice place to just calm down, relax, get along with people. Yeah, the people there are really nice. It's easy to make family at ISCAE. So finally, would I suggest that people come to ISCAE? Definitely, I would. It's a really nice school. The classes are reduced. There's about 20 people in class, which kind of gives you that liberty to speak out loud. If you're somebody that was restrained, maybe because you were in a faculty, or maybe you were at the INCG, where there were quite a number of people, at the ISCAE, the number of students in the class are very reduced, and it gets, you know, it allows you to have that interaction with the teacher, as well as just express your mind, because, you know, the crowd isn't much. There's so much to learn from there. There are enterprises that come, and it's easier to get stage. There's so much to do. There's so much to do. Many clubs that you would love to join. Many activities. There's, you know, sports, swimming, and yeah, it's just a nice place. So I would definitely recommend ISCAE. If in the light of class evaluation, that is final year evaluation, you are graded based on three very important things. That is your control. Your control counts for 30%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it counts for 30%. Your final exam counts for 60%, and the rest is what they call assiduité. that is participation in class, presence in class, because the register is marked every time, and the more you miss class, the more, you know, your marks for assiduity go down. And it really does count, because on your final, like on your result, they'll give you a paper, there'll be columns, there's control, there's final exam, and there's assiduity. So depending on how much you participate in class and depending on how often you come to class, it could really boost up your mark. Even though maybe you didn't do well in a control or an exam, it could really help you just to compensate the other thing. And in terms of compensation of exams, you only compensate within a module. You can't compensate outside of a module. So no matter how high your mark is, but if one module is below 10, then you'd obviously have to go for rattrapage. And the rattrapage happens all at the end of the year. So that means everything after, I think it happens normally in June, July, that's for S1 and S2. All the rattrapages are done at the end of the year. I hope I've really gotten to say at least the important things. The ISCAE is quite a big, you know, it's a big thing to go around, and yeah, I hope I got the right information. And if I didn't, just feel free to contact me and ask me any questions if you didn't understand anything, or if you need clarification, if you still have many other questions concerned on this. And if it's, you know, if the questions are so many, then maybe I might be forced to do another video. But in the meantime, thank you so much, and stay blessed.